Caretaker Matt here. Wanted to talk today about scores to these horror movies that we love. Specifically the vinyl records. I have a little stack here. It's not as impressive as probably some other people's, but I've started collecting these, and there's something about listening to these old horror scores on vinyl that just absolutely takes you back to the original movie, especially if it happens to be one that you saw in the theater, because you get a sound from these things, especially if you've got a good speaker attached to it. You get a sound that you just don't get digitally. I've got the score to Cujo. This is probably most would consider maybe a C-level horror movie. I always had a special place for me because absolutely made me afraid of large dogs. I have a large dog now, and despite my wishes, it's not named Cujo, but very good score, very underrated score. This is a re-release, I believe, from 2020 of The Fog, a double album, which is just amazing. It's probably my favorite Carpenter film, and I know I've covered that before. But this actually gives you just a little bit of detail of what maybe these guys look like. I know we don't see them in the movie, but we get just a little bit. And it's, again, some of these are on like a transparent record, which is really cool looking, but fantastic score. One of the all-time greats right there, Jaws. There's a famous story of I believe the movie executives watching an early cut of the movie without the score, and they thought it was awful. And then all of a sudden, one of the masters, John Williams, got the score into the movie, and the rest is history. Fantastic score, obviously. A lot of these everybody knows because they know the movie involved. Like, you know the Jaws theme when you hear it. Also, one of an iconic one. This is Halloween. I believe this is some sort of a reprint or re-edition, but it's Carpenter, and you can't get enough Carpenter scores, in my opinion. I would love to get all of them. The Thing is up next, and that is Ennio Morricone, who, if you know him, most recently probably Hateful Eight is one of the most recent things he's done, but The Untouchables, all of the spaghetti westerns, the Good, Bad, and the Ugly, The Mission, if you've ever seen that, it's a depressing movie, but it's absolutely a beautiful score. Highly recommend it. I already covered this one when I talked about Ghost Story, but boy, oh boy, is this a nice score. And my all-time right here. This is why I got the record player in the first place, because I wanted this. They only released this when the movie came out, and they made one print, or one pressing. I'm going to get crucified for saying print. They only made one pressing of this score, and you either have it or you don't. And I found one on eBay, and there's stuff in this score that you don't hear in the movie because of the stuff going on in the movie, but there's stuff that you hear in here that is just another level, and makes it even better. Some have seen this in one of my other videos. I have it on cassette tape too, because I have a little cassette player down here in the workshop, and it's just a fantastic listen. But nothing beats the album, the record. So if you've not heard any of these on vinyl, highly recommend. They're a little pricey, but they're worth it. And if you are married to someone like I am, once you get that first record and they realize that these are amazing, they start getting their old records. My wife got Stevie Nicks and Linda Ronstadt and all of the old stuff that she remembers listening to and loves it. So if you have the means, or if you remember a childhood like I do where record players were prominent in the household, fantastic. Can't recommend it enough. But I just wanted to call out movie scores, specifically on the vinyl, because it's just, I don't feel appreciated as much, but those who know. So this is Caretaker Matt, Easter weekend, saying over and out.